Have you ever experienced that moment, that subtle yet unmistakable feeling that something deeper is stirring within you? Perhaps it started as a gentle whisper, a quiet nudge suggesting there's more to life than what meets the eye. If you're nodding right now, you might be experiencing what many call a spiritual awakening. This isn't just another passing phase or trend. In fact, recent studies show that over 75% of Americans report seeking deeper meaning in their lives, especially during times of significant change. You're part of a growing wave of consciousness, joining millions worldwide who are awakening to life's profound mysteries. Think of it like ripples on a still pond. It starts with a single drop, maybe a question that won't leave you alone, or an inexplicable feeling that you're meant for something more. These ripples gradually expand, touching every aspect of your life, transforming not just how you see yourself, but how you perceive and interact with the entire world around you. This journey of spiritual awakening isn't just about finding yourself. It's about discovering your connection to something vastly greater than yourself. And today, we're going to explore the 10 unmistakable signs that you might be experiencing this remarkable transformation. Let's dive deeper into these 10 profound signs of spiritual awakening. Each one represents a unique facet of this transformative journey. Have you noticed yourself increasingly knowing things without logical explanation? This heightened intuition is like having an internal GPS that's suddenly operating at maximum precision. Let me share a remarkable story about Sarah, a business executive in Seattle. One morning, she had an inexplicable urge to take a different route to work, despite having taken the same path for 5 years. Following this intuitive nudge, she later learned that a major accident had occurred on her usual route. This wasn't coincidence, it was her refined intuition at work. To develop this gift, start small. Before checking your phone for messages, pause and tune into who might be reaching out. Before opening your emails, sense which ones need immediate attention. Document these hunches and their accuracy. You'll be amazed at how often your intuition proves right. The second sign manifests as a profound deepening of your emotional landscape. You might find yourself tearing up at news stories that previously wouldn't have affected you, or feeling overwhelming compassion for strangers. This isn't weakness, it's spiritual strength. Consider Michael's story, a former Wall Street trader who described himself as emotionally unavailable. During his awakening, he found himself deeply moved by a homeless man's struggle outside his office. Instead of walking past as usual, he stopped, listened to the man's story, and ended up creating a successful homeless outreach program. His increased empathy literally changed lives. Remember, this heightened sensitivity might feel overwhelming at first. Practice emotional boundaries while maintaining your compassion. It's possible to care deeply without becoming emotionally drained. The third sign involves a profound shift in how you view relationships. Small talk becomes increasingly unfulfilling as you yearn for deeper, more authentic connections. You might find yourself naturally gravitating away from superficial friendships toward relationships that nourish your soul. Lisa, a social media influencer with thousands of followers, experienced this transformation firsthand. Despite her online popularity, she felt increasingly isolated. This led her to start a small, intimate community group focused on genuine sharing and support. "I traded 1,000 shallow connections for 5 deep ones," she says, "and I've never felt more fulfilled." To nurture meaningful connections, practice vulnerable sharing. Start with trusted friends, sharing not just your thoughts but your fears, dreams, and uncertainties. You'll be surprised how many others are yearning for the same depth. The fourth sign involves a dramatic shift in what you value. That promotion you once desperately wanted might suddenly seem less important than having time for meditation or nature walks. Material success begins to take a backseat to personal growth and meaningful experiences. Take James, a successful real estate developer who, after his awakening, shocked his colleagues by turning down a multi-million-dollar project to instead create affordable housing for low-income families. My definition of success completely transformed, he explains. It's no longer about what I can get, but what I can give. Challenge yourself to reassess your priorities. Make a list of what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. Often you'll find it's the simplest things that matter most. The fifth sign manifests as a profound sense of connection to all living things. You might find yourself feeling deeply connected to nature, seeing the divine in everyday moments, or experiencing a sudden understanding that we're all part of something greater. Maria, an environmental scientist, describes experiencing this during a routine forest study. Suddenly, I wasn't just observing the ecosystem, I was part of it. I could feel the interconnectedness of everything, from the smallest insect to the tallest tree. It changed how I approached my work and my life forever. To cultivate this awareness, spend time in nature. Notice how everything is connected in an intricate web of life. This understanding naturally extends to human connections as well. The sixth sign brings unexpected moments of pure joy and contentment, often in the simplest situations. You might find yourself moved to tears by a beautiful sunset or experiencing profound peace while doing ordinary tasks. David, a busy corporate lawyer, found himself experiencing such a moment while washing dishes. I was suddenly overcome with an inexplicable sense of joy and gratitude. The warm water, the soap bubbles, the simple act of cleaning, it all seemed perfectly beautiful and meaningful. Practice mindfulness to invite more of these moments. Pay attention to the simple pleasures in your daily routine. Beauty and bliss often hide in plain sight. The seventh sign involves noticeable fluctuations in your energy. You might experience periods of intense vitality followed by deep fatigue. This is normal during spiritual awakening. Your energy body is adjusting to higher frequencies. Eleanor, a yoga instructor, describes it as spiritual jet lag. She learned to honor these energy cycles rather than fight them. Some days I feel like I could move mountains. Others I need to rest and recharge. Both states are equally valuable in the awakening process. Listen to your body's wisdom. Create space for rest when needed, and harness the high-energy periods for inspired action. The eighth sign brings heightened awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and behavioral patterns. You might notice yourself catching negative self-talk more quickly or becoming aware of unconscious habits. Tom, a recovering addict, credits this increased self-awareness with maintaining his sobriety. I became able to observe my cravings without being controlled by them. This awareness created space between stimulus and response, giving me choice where previously there was only reaction. Start a self-awareness journal. Document your patterns, triggers, and insights. This practice accelerates personal growth and healing. The ninth sign involves developing greater emotional resilience and processing capacity. You might find yourself handling challenging situations with more grace and wisdom than before. Consider Amanda's story. After losing her job during the pandemic, instead of falling into despair, she found herself approaching the situation with unexpected calm and clarity. This emotional maturity led her to start her own successful business aligned with her true passion. Practice emotional awareness without judgment. Allow feelings to flow through you, neither suppressing nor attaching to them. The final sign manifests as a profound sense of being fundamentally okay, regardless of external circumstances. You develop an unshakable core of self-worth, independent of others' opinions or worldly success. Rachel, a former perfectionist, describes this transformation. I used to need everything to be just right to feel okay. Now I have this deep knowing that I'm already okay, exactly as I am. It's incredibly liberating. To cultivate this inner freedom, practice self-acceptance. Acknowledge your perfect imperfection. Remember that your worth isn't determined by external achievements, but by your inherent nature as a conscious being. Each of these signs represents a stepping stone on the path of spiritual awakening. Remember, this journey isn't linear. You might experience some signs more strongly than others, or in a different order. Trust that your awakening is unfolding exactly as it should, in perfect timing for your unique path. As we conclude our exploration of these 10 profound signs of spiritual awakening, remember that your journey is uniquely yours. There's no standardized roadmap, no universal timeline for this transformation. Some of you might strongly relate to several of these signs, while others might deeply resonate with just one or two. Both experiences are equally valid and valuable. Think of your spiritual awakening like a sunrise. It doesn't happen all at once. First, there's the subtle lightening of the sky, then the gentle glow on the horizon, and finally, the magnificent emergence of the sun itself. Each phase has its own beauty, its own purpose, and its own timing. You might experience moments of doubt, periods of confusion, or times when you feel stuck. This too is part of the journey. Remember, even when clouds temporarily obscure the sun, it's still shining brilliantly above them. Your awakening continues, even during challenging times. I invite you to see these signs not as checkpoints to achieve, but as guideposts illuminating your path. They're gentle reminders that you're participating in something profound, the evolution of human consciousness itself. By embracing your awakening, you're contributing to a more aware, compassionate, and enlightened world. If this discussion has resonated with you, I encourage you to take the next step. Join our growing community of seekers and lightworkers. Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what another person needs to hear. Subscribe to our channel for more insights and guidance on your spiritual journey. Remember, we're all in this together. Every individual awakening contributes to the collective raising of consciousness. Your journey matters not just for your own growth, but for the evolution of our entire human family. Thank you for sharing this sacred space with me today. Until next time, stay conscious, stay curious, and most importantly, stay true to your awakening path.